Okay, the next exercise is going to be a reverse crunch. So what I already demonstrated was, like on a crunch on the Bosu or on the stability ball, was I was pulling, think of it like this, I'm pulling my ribs to my hips, so I'm doing this direction. Now the abdominal muscles will work the other way too, where I can keep my upper body still and pull my lower body towards my upper body. So that's called a reverse crunch, the common name. So typical way I could do this would be on a bench. Lay on your back, and then you're going to anchor yourself by holding on up above your head behind your body. Lift your legs up. And so once I'm in this body position, this is kind of the set position in terms of my legs. I'm going to keep my legs in this position. I'm not going to swing at my hips. So what I'm going to do is tighten my stomach and just try to lift. Basically just imagine I'm pulling my pelvis into my ribs. Okay, so tighten your stomach up, and I'm going to pull up and in just like this. Okay. So when I go down, like when my lower back or my tailbone hits, that's where I'm going to stop. I'm not going to get a big swinging motion like that. I'm going to tighten my stomach and then pull up and in, just like that. So you can see how this is very similar to the crunch on a stability ball in terms of I'm just isolating that motion with my abdominals. I'm not doing like a full sit-up, or I'm not doing like a whole motion where I'm swinging my legs. Okay, so tighten your stomach, pull up and in, just like that. Okay, the next exercise is somewhat related to the reverse crunch that I just showed, but this one is going to be integrating the stability ball. So I'm going to get on the ball with my legs on the ball like I'm in a push-up position, and then just kind of keep in mind that motion that I was doing with the reverse crunch, where I was pulling my legs towards my upper body versus upper body towards my legs. So I'm going to set up in that push-up, set up in this push-up position, which, by the way, this in itself is a good core exercise. So if I just held myself in this position, you know, I'm using my stomach muscles to help maintain my alignment, my spinal alignment. Okay, so from this position, what I'm going to do is draw my legs, my knees in towards my torso, and I'm going to go back out. Now the difficult part of this exercise really is when I'm out like this. So when I'm in, actually the exercise gets a little bit easier, but when I go back out, that's when it gets harder. But the motion is related to that reverse crunch because, once again, I'm pulling my lower body towards my upper body rather than my upper body towards my lower body. Okay, next exercise is going to be for the obliques. Did more stuff for more of the muscles in the front of my core. Now I'm going to go more for the muscles that are lateral. So common exercise for this, one of my favorites, is called a side plank. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set up my elbow underneath my shoulder, have my legs stacked, and my body in alignment. So my ankle, knee, hip, shoulder should all be in alignment. And first way to do this is just set up on the side and just hold yourself. So I'm going to have that good alignment. So chest out, shoulders down and back, keep my back straight. And I'm just going to hold this position. So I'm using these muscles on this side to keep my body up in that position. So progressions from this, from just holding it, would be to kind of let yourself go down, just brush the floor, and then push yourself back up. So I could do repetitions. I can either just hold it, or I could do repetitions off of that body position. Okay, progression from the side plank exercise would be integrating a dumbbell action or like a upper body arm action. So I'm going to get in that plank position, and off of that position, then I can do like an arm exercise. So I'm using my core muscles just to hold myself while I do an exercise. There's two ways I can do this. I can do it as I'm demonstrating, where I'm just holding myself and then moving my arm. Or what I can do is integrate the up and down motion with that dumbbell action. Okay, so I'm going to lower myself down, drive my hip up, and as I drive that up, then I'm going to pull the weight up as well. Okay, next exercise is a cable rotation. This exercise is going to be a little more dynamic than the side plank exercise. It's still focusing on the oblique muscles, or the muscles that flex my body laterally or rotate. Okay, so I'm going to focus on that rotation part. So what I'm going to do is grab the handle. I'm going to stand basically in the middle of the machine, out ahead of the pulley. I'm going to have my opposite leg forward, so I have the left pulley and my right leg's forward. I'm going to put my arms right in front of my chest with my elbows straight. And what I'm going to do is I'm moving my torso and my hips. I'm not moving my arms, okay? So what the motion is, I'm going to let myself go maybe like 30 to 45 degrees, okay? I'm going to tighten my stomach deliberately, so squeeze these muscles, tighten, and I'm going to pull this back around, okay? What I don't want to do is keep my body straight, and I'm just moving my arms, okay? So what I'm doing is basically using my torso to pull my arms, okay? My arms are just like a hook holding onto the handle, but my arms really aren't doing a whole lot of work. So this exercise, once again, is focusing on the obliques. Even honestly just holding this position, this is a challenging exercise. What I want to watch out for is too much range of motion, which is going to be kind of hard on your spine, like if I go way around. The other thing that will make it less effective is if I keep pulling around this direction. Well, if the cable tops out, it will for sure, but I don't want to wrap the cable around my body. Okay, so I want to stop about right there.